Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine. If we haven't met, today is the part 2 of the antique and street decor hoarding styling, all inspired by 2026 interior design trends. Think heritage or details, silver and gold accents, personalizations, whimsical ironwork, and a little bit about Grandpa and Grandma She. I'm just so excited about how all these pieces came together in my own space, and let's jump right in. The first piece is this sweet blue bowl. I love the deep moody glaze. Blue accents are huge for 2026 when they feel layered and imperfect. The scallop rings adds the heritage details and softness I'm really drawn to. It works as a catch-all or on its own, and it perfectly shows how 2026 design is more about timeless materials and thoughtful details than trends. Next is this vintage tray, pure Grandpa She, nostalgic, practical, and full of character. The classic automobile illustration leads into early Americanas and heritage storytelling, which feels very 2026. I love how the black ranks grounded it, while the warm images keep it soft and collected. Next is this vintage style candle snuffer that feels very 2026 to me. I love the edge silver finish and turn it detailed. Anti-silver accents like this are really coming back. It's both functional and decorative, meant to leave out on a table or tray, and it adds that collected old work heritage feel that makes the space feel truly living. If you watched my first video, you know how I love styling with street coffee table books. This one caught my eye for that white cover, blue linen bindings and gold foil lettering. It feels timeless and very 2026. The book is New Zealand Mountains to the Sea, and I naturally gravitate toward landscapes and travel books like this. They are easy to style and love opening them up to soak in the natural and that sense of exotic, far away place. Next is this frame, and I love the hang forge look with its soft scrolls and playful curves. Whimsical ironwork is a 2026 design trend we usually hear about in sculptural furniture, but I'm starting to see it shows up just as beautifully in decor. This frame feels sculptural on its own, not just something to hold art. The matte black iron keep that grounded, while the organic lights give it that old work collective feel I love. I started by layering the ornate mirrors from Hobby Lobby as the backdrop. It anchored the whole vignette and softened the modern lights of this Amazon sideboard. On the right, I placed the anthropology vase filled with dry hydrangeas. The oversized scaled organic shape and muted tones bring in that romantic town-warm feeling we're seeing everywhere right now. As to it, I leaned through coffee table books and used the sculptural blue bowl as a bouquet to create a low horizontal moment. The moody blues adds a subtle color story, and the dry bowl fields echo the hydrangeas, so everything feels calm and connected. On the left, I laid the New Zealand coffee table book and top it with the automobile tray, candle, and the silver candle snuffer. The mix of metal, papers, and glass feels living and intentional. I love how the colors connected. The black range ties back to the vase, the one candle echoes the botanicals, and the blue books relates back to the bowl. To balance the height, I added the Maggie & Co photo holder with a pottery image inside the iron frames. It owned the sideboard for a few years, and it had really feel like my style anymore. But styling it in this way brings it back to me. It feels very 2026, evolving what you already have instead of starting over. The first piece is this small glass piece with a scallop rim and a swing handle. The scallop edge feel very 2026, more curves, more craftsmanship, more intentional detail. The warm glass and natural patina give it that old world feel I love. It's subtle but meaningful, and it instantly adds depth and a collective, heritage vibe. Next are these glass coasters I found at an antique store in Flattery, Maryland. I fell in love with the hand-painted figures, playful, timeless, and full of character. They are functional, but they feel like little works of art. I later realized they are 1939 New York Works Fair souvenir coasters. They're listing online for around $98, and I found 6 for $15. That's why I love antiquing. You're not just decorating, you're collecting history. Next is this sweet, oversized coffee table book, A Day in the Life of America. Once you remove the dust jacket, the blue covers is beautiful. Blue accents are such a big part of 2026 because they feel calm and timeless. I also love the silver lettering. Silver details are really coming back, especially when they feel soft and heirloom. Beyond how it looks, this book feels personal. It captures everyday life, which is exactly the kind of story I love in my home. Next is this fruity silver tray. The soft silver finish and edge rose detail feel very 2026, romantic over but still useful. The right fit and handles give it that heirloom quality that works beautifully layered on a coffee table or sideboard. Next is this two-tone base. I love the contrast between the deep glazed top and the matte base. The mix of finish feels very current. It's rustic and refined at the same time. And started with greenery, it links right in that heritage over look. Next is this sweet book, Williamsburg Before and After. Draw me in with its brown linen cover and gold foil details. It feels classic and quite luxurious. The sepia image inside tells a beautiful story of history and preservation. Williamsburg means a lot to my family. We spend Christmas there, so this book feels deeply personal. Pieces like this make a home feel warm, living, and meaningful, which is exactly where 2026 interiors are going. This is this candle I flipped for $3.99. It's originally from the Target Stressful line and was priced at $10. I was drawn to the soft green glass and the freshwater mint and eucalyptus scent. Perfect for spring and very in line with that calm color palette we're seeing for 2026. Next is this antique candle snuffer that has a quiet old work elegancy. The long, slender handles and flat coil feel classic and intentional, with a soft edge metal finish that makes it feel truly collected. It's both functional and decorative, a great example of that grandma sheets or heritage direction that we're seeing for 2026, where everyday objects feel thoughtful, timeless, and living. Next is this sweet coffee table book, The Greek Word. The deep blue covers immediately caught my eye. Blue is such a key accent for 2026. The gold lettering adds warmth and classic elegancy. I naturally gravitate toward books with landscapes and travel imagery because they add openness and quiet storytelling, making a space feel collected rather than styled. I styled my reclined edge coffee table using all of these pieces, starting from the left. I paired the two-tone base with a shorter raise to create repetitions and variants of height, then filled in with magnolia leaves and blooms. I love how the deep greens and brown tones echo the colors in the bases. To complete the triangle, I added the small block folded basket and filled it with matches, bringing in warm metal and fine detail. The center, I layered the Greek work with John against homebody vertically, topped it with a woven tissue box. I added the Williamsburg horizontally, then layered the stone coasters, the water mixed in eucalyptus candles, and a candle snuffer. On the right, I layered the American coffee table book and opened it to a spread featuring horses. I chose this page because the image feels powerful and grounded. Horses in motions, wide open land, and a strong sense of freedom and heritage. The warm browns and dusty naturals echo the wood tones of the coffee table, while the movements bring life to the vignette. I layered the silver tray next to the book and placed dry florals inside to add texture and that collective old-work softness. I set the vintage glass coaster nearby and set a horse figurine on top of the open page. This year is the year of the horse, and I love incorporating horse elements into my space. To finish, I softly scattered magnolia leaves and dry florals across the surface to tie everything together and make the styling feel relaxed, collected, and truly living. The mix of subtle blue accents, plus silver details, warm browns from the dry bowl fillers and old-world vases is what really brings this look together. This knitted throw is such a perfect grandma chic piece, which is a big part of the 2026 interiors. The chunky knit feels cozy and handmade, almost like something passed down, and the navy and green stripes keep it classic and timeless. The deep blue ties right into the blue accent chain we're seeing everywhere for 2026, calm, grounded, and familiar rather than bold or modern. I love dripping it over a sofa in my family room. It adds warmth textures and that living comfort that makes the space feel collective and loved, not styled. These two decorative plates are a great example of the creative wall decor trend for 2026, using collective objects as art instead of traditional prints. One features a quiet winter foam themes in soft muted tones that feel calm and curative driven. The other adds contrast with a blue bone and checkerboard ring, tied into the blue accent chain in that playful grandpa chic Americana feel. Styled together, the shared rural images keep them cohesive, while the contrasts add interest. They feel layered, personal, and collected, exactly where 2026 interiors are headed. So that's it for today's video. Everything here is sweet and deep, collective, and already on, styled in the way that feels intentional, living, and very 2026 to me. I hope this inspires you to thrift with intention, layer pieces with histories, and let your home tell your story. Spring decorating is coming up soon, so don't forget to subscribe, like, or share if you love to support me on my way to 1,000 subscribers. Love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!